Welcome. Today we're going to learn how to use the print then cut feature on the laser cutter. So this is super important if you want to be able to print something out large, attach it to maybe wood or foam board or acrylic, and then cut around it precisely. This will allow you to make things like this giant mascot head. Or maybe you want to make a head of your favorite player that you can go cheer them on with. So that's one thing you can do with this feature, but there are a lot of other things to do as well. So let's get started. So the very first thing you need to do is to actually get the image that you plan to print then cut. So I'm going to be using Canva. You can use Photoshop, Illustrator, any image editing software that you're comfortable with. And I'm going to click on Create and then choose Custom Size. I have a 20 by 30 inch piece of foam board that I want to use, so I'm going to enter that as my size and make sure the unit is inches and then click Create New Design. Now here's where you're going to create the image that you want to use. I've already uploaded a picture of a bulldog head here. The Buster mascot is his name. And so once you have that in, you can make it as large as you want it to be. I'll make this one a little bit bigger. Okay, be sure if you're like me and using a 20 by 30 inch piece of foam board, they don't go right up to the edge because you do want to have space for it to cut. Now, in order for your laser cutter to know where it's supposed to cut, it needs to have little registration marks or sensor marks so that it can figure out where it's located. So one way to do that is to go to the elements and look for X and under graphics and just find this little basic X. You could also draw this yourself using lines, but I think it's a little easier to use their X and then rotate it 45 degrees. Okay, and then I'm just going to resize it so that it's a little bit smaller so it doesn't take up the whole thing. And then I want to put these, so I have one on this side, then I'm going to duplicate, and then I want to put it down at the other corner. Okay, so I want them pretty much at the edges of my design. It doesn't have to be super perfect or exact, but far away from each other in opposite corners, and then towards the edges of your design. Okay, and so those are my registration marks. Now I'm ready to save this file. So I'm going to give it a name. And then I'm going to click on Share, Download, and I want to download it as a PDF first. So I'm going to download the PDF. I'm going to be printing on a wide format printer, a large one, so I'm going to do CMYK, and then click on Download. So I've saved it as a PDF, but before I start going to the printing software, I also want to save this as a PNG file that I can use in my laser cutter. Okay, wait for that to finish downloading, give it a name. Okay, and now I'm going to share again, and this time I'm going to click Download, change it to a PNG, make sure it has a transparent background, and click on Download. And now I'll save that. Okay, now I want to, first of all, print it. So I'm going to go to my printing software, select the file, and I'm going to select that PDF file, click Open, and then I'm going to send that to the printer. And I am printing this on adhesive polypropylene. After it finishes printing, I'm going to trim off the excess edges. So next up, I need to get my sticker onto the foam board without a lot of bubbles or wrinkles. Now, if you have a smaller item, this isn't that hard. If you have a larger item, then that makes it a little more challenging. I'll show you the method that I like to use that works pretty well for me. So first I'm going to put the foam board on top of my sticker and use a piece of painter's tape to hold it down. That will hold it in place while I'm taking off one half of the side. So I'm going to put a piece of painter's tape on one side, and then I'm going to put a piece of painter's tape on the other side. Now I'm going to flip the board over so that I see my sticker. Next, if you're doing this by yourself, add some weight to one of the sides. If you have a friend, you could also just ask them to hold down the side. Make sure you have some scissors and something soft like an old t-shirt handy. Now pull up the edge and pull off the adhesive backing from the side opposite of the weights. Be careful to try not to wrinkle your print in the middle. And once you get that off, you want to use the scissors to slide down the middle and cut that backing off and place that out of your way. Next, you want to take your t-shirt or old rag, whatever you're using, and then starting in the middle, you want to slide it back and forth, and this will help make sure that you don't get any wrinkles or bubbles. So try not to let the paper go down until you're sliding it there with that shirt. So again, slide it back and forth until you get all the way to the edge. Now move the weights to the other side and turn the poster around. Remove the adhesive backing from the other side and place that out of the way, and then use your rag or t-shirt to smooth down the other side the same way you did the first one. Now I'm going to open up my laser cutter, going to turn it on, going to turn on the laser, turn on the air compressor, switch on the filter, wait for that to turn on, and then click on the OK button to make sure that it is running. Now I'm going to place my poster onto my laser cutter. Now on the screen, I'm going to click on Manual and then use the arrow keys to position the laser over my poster. Clicking on that FS button will toggle between fast or slow. And so as long as it's positioned over the poster, it's fine. You don't need to get it right over any marks yet. Once it is positioned over the poster, I'm going to go back to the screen, click on Auto, and then Focus, and then Confirm. At this point, the laser will go up and down in order to focus. And since this is a lightweight foam board and moves easily, I am going to use these little 3D printed attachments I have to press into those holes to hold it into place so that it is less likely to move while the laser cutting is going on. So I'm just going to put one in each of the four corners. Now I want to go back to the keypad and use probably the slow movements to get my laser right above the crosshair. So I'm watching that red dot and trying to get it right in the middle. I'm going to have to get down from the front and the side and check and make sure I have that red dot right in the middle. You can, at this point, for the first one, even adjust the poster board a little bit to make sure that you have that red dot right in the middle. Now I'm going to open up Lightburn, my laser cutting software, and then I'm going to go to File and Import. And then I'm going to choose that PNG file that I saved earlier. So for me, it's going to be that Buster Head PNG file. Open that up and I'm just going to click to move it into the center. Now I'm going to go to Tools and then I'm going to select Trace Image. And this is going to let me see this pink. The pink is what it would cut. I need to change that to make sure it is only cutting that outline. So I'm going to drag the bar all the way over, see that the threshold's 255, and I'm going to change that to 254. You can see I still have some pink around the edges. So I'm going to go down here where it says ignore less than, and I'm going to make that a big number. So let's go with 2000, and you can see that gets rid of most of the pink. I still have the crosshairs, which I need to make sure I do still have. And then I can see there's one little section right there on his head that I do need to get rid of, but I can do that in the software later. So I'm going to click on OK. Now I have my image there. I want to hide the image, so I'm going to click Output and Show and turn that off. And then I'm going to zoom in onto that little extra piece that I don't want. I'm going to right click and click Ungroup, and then select that and then delete it. Okay, so now I have my image. It is now ungrouped, so I do need to group my crosshairs back together. So I will select that first crosshair, right click on it, and choose Group. Now I can see that's not an option because mine still are grouped together since it was one image. Check yours and make sure they are though. Okay, and once I've done that, I want to turn these crosshairs into tools so that they're not actually cut. So I'm going to select one of the crosshairs, click on the orange T1 button, and then click on the second crosshair and do the same thing. Now I have already set up my laser cutter so that it knows it's centered on that crosshair right there. So I'm going to select that crosshair and then go to the top and choose Laser Tools, Print and Cut, and then Start Wizard. This pop-up box will pop up, and then I'm going to click on Set because I already have my first spot set. So I'll click on that Set option. Now it's going to make a big red circle around that crosshair to show that it is set. Now I'm going to click on the second crosshair, so I need to go up and select it. And then I'm going to click on Jog, and that's going to make my laser cutter move. So the laser is now going to move very close to where that second set of crosshairs is. It won't be right on it, we'll have to make some small adjustments. Now to get it right in the center, I can use the arrow keys on the keypad of the laser cutter itself. Or I can set my distance here to 1 or something small, and then use these arrow keys in this move window to make sure that that laser is positioned precisely above the middle of the second set of crosshairs. This allows you to be a little more precise than using the controls on the laser cutter. Keep adjusting until you're completely satisfied. Then click back on Set to set the second set of crosshairs, and now you'll see that big blue circle. And now it asks you scaling or no scaling. I'm going to click Scale just because I did use 2 different images. Since I printed the PDF and imported a PNG into Lightburn, I honestly don't know if it matters. Now before I actually start cutting, I do want to run a frame to make sure that everything is the way that I think it should be. So I'm going to click on the rubber band frame here, the one with the circle beside it, and then check on the laser cutter and make sure it's going basically around the outline of my bulldog. So now I want to watch and make sure that generally goes around the outer edges of the bulldog. And then if it does, I know I am now ready to cut. If yours does not go around the outer edge, especially if it's trying to include those crosshairs, then be sure and X out of the move window and make sure the frame is turned off for your tools. So there beside those orange tools, make sure that frame is checked off. And then run the frame again if you need to. Before I run the cut, I do want to make sure that I have my settings adjusted correctly. I am going to be using foam board, so I'm going to set my speed to 25 and my power to 40. I'm going to close the lid of the machine. And now I am ready to click on Start. Once the cut is complete, I'm going to open up the laser cutter. I want to check really quickly and make sure that the cut finished all the way and that everything cut all the way through. If it didn't, you can always run a second pass. If it looks like it's cut all the way through, you can move the laser out of the way. I'm going to take my little pegs out here and then remove my print from the bed. And finally, don't forget to close the laser, turn off the machine, turn off the laser and the air compressor and the filter. And that's it. Now you know how to print then cut using the laser cutter.